Sheesh.
Hey everyone, thanks for joining us today. Manifest Monday. We got your boy DJ Zenas in the building, Ramond official over there, and your boy DG over here, man. Today, this is a great topic. I think it's an important one going into 2025. And to this topic is audit yourself. Most of the time we have goals and things we want to get done. It's
Mhm.
hard when you are that person who's the goal, right? You set goals, you don't have no one else to watch over you and make sure that you're on top of your goals. How do you make sure the goals are being done? And that's to the topic, audit yourself. And I believe, man, it's important, right? Because that's something I've been doing the fourth quarter of this year, and I noticed that my productivity has gone up tremendously, bro. Just like by just like making sure that at the end of the day, at the end of the week, I'm auditing myself, making
Mhm.
sure that everything I'm saying I was gonna do, I'm getting it done, bro. So I think it's important. What do you guys think though when it comes to auditing yourself? Like, how often do you guys do that in your individual life and in your business and all that?
Mhm.
Man, right now I do it every day. Really. You know what I'm saying? I do it daily and weekly. And it's really just because, I got uh heavy into like, having a planner and like having my shit on there. I know if
Right,
I'm doing what I said I was gonna do or not. It's right there in front of me. I
right.
look at it every day and I like rate myself every week. So
Mm.
it was a slow process up to like how I audit myself or just how often I do. But yeah, bro, every daily. You know what I'm saying? And it's really like having them yearly goals. At least it started with just having yearly goals.
Right.
Then it kind of broke down to like what can I get done this month to week and then daily. And then, it's easier to track what you did daily than the year. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's because a lot of shit happens in a year, but you can be like, today I'm gonna do something towards that. You know what I mean? So yeah, bro, for me, it's it's higher than it's ever been for me. You know
For
what I mean?
sure.
Mhm.
I don't know if I can do it too much more often if I check it a couple more times a day, I guess. But you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm at the height of the audit myself game. You know what I
I
mean?
love it. I love it.
You said I check that thing about 13
You
times
know
a
what I'm
day,
saying?
man.
10, 50, 11 times.
Yeah, I'm similar in the sense that uh I use a planner as well to plan out my days, my weeks. I would say these last couple of weeks have been a little off because of the holidays and stuff like that. But typically, when it comes down to it, always he says it all the time. Either you plan your day plans you.
Right.
So I think that's a big part of auditing yourself is just being real. It's a real look into the mirror. How do you like you're recognizing what it is that you want to accomplish, what you need in order to do it, and then whether you got it done or not. And then from there, you just move on to the next day, and you can rate yourself,
Right.
right? You could do weekly assessments, you could do daily assessments, you can really tap in and take it to the next level. But without any kind of data, without any analysis whatsoever, you don't really know whether you're doing a good job or not. You
Right.
can have the idea if somebody asks you how your day is going and be like, yeah, yeah, I had a good day, but what'd you do? And it's just like, damn, I'm sitting there thinking about it. In a planner, you can literally go through, man, I did this, I did that at this time, and this at that time, and whatnot. So that's the dopest piece about auditing yourself is holding yourself accountable.
I agree. Fact. No, bro, I think it's a game changer, man. Because at first, this year we talked about it, but I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't like really on it, like where I should be on it. I would say last quarter of the year, man, fourth quarter, I got on it, bro. And just having structure, man, it just makes your day a lot easier. It's like you already know what you're doing, right? The good thing about that is once you have your to do for the day, you're not
Hmm.
distracted, right? Because at the end of the day, if people are just calling you randomly, you're not just gonna pick up calls and be on the phone for 2 hours because you know you
That's a
got stuff
fact.
to do. So for me, just knowing that, it just helped makes my day easier. And then I feel good, right? Because at the end of the day, I got things that I'm actually looking forward to and working towards daily, right? Because at the end of the day, because my the way I structure everything is like I make sure I have like personal goals, I have fitness
Hmm.
goals, I have financial goals, and business goals. So like every day, I'm making sure that I'm working towards those things that I'm trying to like accomplish. Like you talked about that earlier, Ramon. Most of the time when we set goals, it's just like, oh, I want to do this by the end of this year. I want to get this done by the end of the year. We don't really achieve those goals because we didn't like create strategy and steps and things that we can do daily and weekly in order for us to achieve those goals, right? So let's say hypothetically you want to save 12 grand a year. we know that we got to make sure at least we're saving $1,000 a month,
Yep.
right? So if your goal is not to save $1,000 a month, technically it's going to be hard to get there, right? Because at the end of the day, like, how can you measure that? So by, being able to like audit yourself, it just gives you that form of structure. And I think most of the time, whenever we have structure, it helps to like just guide us towards that specific target and goals. And and I've been putting a lot of people on game. I talked to, like, Nicky came over today. I'll talk to him about it, bro. I said, kind of like, this is what we're doing. And also, like, what I did this going into next year, I have that, and I structure everything by quarter. So I have goals and stuff that I need to accomplish by first quarter, right? So January through March, right? I have things I want to make sure I get done that quarter, and then I got second quarter goals. I got third quarter goals and fourth quarter goals, and then after that, I'm gonna like make sure that everything I'm doing daily are in alignment with those goals that I'm trying to accomplish, bro. So I definitely
Yeah.
think it's a game changer. Yeah, for sure.
Man, that's that's a good point that you hit on too, on just being able to break those big ones down, bro. I think that's the important of like the small audits. It's like you said, bro. If you was like, yo, I want to make 100K this year, you could break it down to what you need to get daily, even.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right,
It's 365 days in a year. You know what I'm saying? Divide that, you can see exactly what you need to make a day to
right,
get to that number. You know what I mean? Or a week or whatever is easiest for you to,
right,
track. But I think a lot of people, it's hard to audit yourself when you don't have the small audits. The big audit
Yeah.
is hard because you could write down, right, you can tomorrow you could write down everything you want to get done in 2025. But if
right.
you write it down one time and never look at it again, yeah, you see the
First
Yeah.
vision?
quarter, first
Come
quarter,
Yes,
on.
sir.
second
Come on,
quarter,
man.
third quarter,
Yeah.
fourth quarter.
Fine.
You gotta have,
That's fire,
Do
bro.
you
And
have
even
your
then maybe
is
even
that the vision board for this year or for next year? For
for next
2025?
year,
Okay, fire.
2025. Yeah, for
Yeah.
next year, I'm just
he's on
yeah,
it, bro. You stepping into the year with a plan, and it's even dope when I start. You made me think of like just quarters, like with it, like a team or something. Like
right,
you got
yeah,
to sometimes play each quarter a little bit differently too. Like you
right,
know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
right.
Yeah.
Like you got to, at the end you might have to, throw a couple
Hail
Hail
Mary.
Marys or something. You know what I mean?
Hopefully, I don't have to do that.
At the beginning we go in, you know what I'm saying? But no,
Right,
but the truth is you're gonna have to shift throughout the year.
facts.
You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna be able to play the whole game like you thought you was gonna in the first quarter. You gotta shift sometimes. Things happen, you know what I mean? So
Right,
that's what
right,
the dopest thing about having a quarter is, like, we reshift, but the goal is
right,
the same. You know what I mean?
right.
We want to get the win. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So
Yeah. Shout out to Be Easy. He said even your daily scheduled posts inspire me, DG. So keep it up. Keep doing your
There
thing,
you
man.
go. We out
yeah,
here, man.
sir.
Iron sharpen one another, man. The goal is just to get better.
That's it.
So my question for you guys though, what do you guys think that most people don't take the time to audit themselves? What is the reason behind that? That most people don't do it often.
I think most people are just too lazy. I mean, I mean, like if I'm being real, like I think everybody knows that they could do it, but
Right,
it's just like most
right,
people just don't do it.
right,
I think that's really just what it is.
right,
Um, because it's easy to do something for a day or two, and whatnot, but picking up a habit, it takes consistency, it takes discipline, it takes, a lot that goes into it. And most people are just, man, they just be chilling. It's just like, nah, I could plan out my day, but you know what? I'm just going to chill out.
right,
Y'all got it. DG
right.
got it. He good.
I think people, most people, I think for me, a lot of people just kind of before they almost, you have to learn to take steps back before you go forward. Kind of, I think that's what I think that people don't do a lot of times, right? Is like take the step back in order to move
Right,
forward, right?
right,
Like if we think about like investing or something like that in anything, right? You have to like put money aside and just hope that it's going to do something in the future. It's not going to do nothing for you right
Yeah.
now.
true.
So I think a lot of people, it's hard for a lot of people just to think outside of the now.
Right,
You know what I mean? So you kind of have to, in order to audit yourself, you kind of have to stop and be like, okay, this is what I want to get done in the future. I'm gonna take the time right now to
right,
be like mapping out what I want to get done then. You have to
right,
step back in order to do that. And I think a lot of people don't do that because, like, some people's lazy, like you said, Z, but other people it's like, like life gets hard. You know what I
right,
mean? I think about like it's a lot easier for me to do a lot of things without kids. I don't have the same, you know, obligations as other people. If you got
true.
kids and you work 12 hours a day and you don't really, the time is weird, or you know, I don't know, if you got a felony or, the options ain't the same.
Right.
A lot of things can kind of add up to be like, I don't necessarily right now have, you don't think you have the time or like you're not in the position sometimes in your mind
Right.
to audit yourself the same way. You might be, it's kind of just always in go mode. And I think
Yeah.
some that it takes getting the foot off the gas a little bit to
Right.
kind of plan.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like to, like you said, DG, like writing your goals like that on the wall, like in the first quarter, that takes away from whatever you was doing in the moment. You know what I
Right.
mean? You couldn't have done that, if you was working 16 hours a day, then had to pick your kids up on the way
Right.
home, and then
Right.
what I'm saying, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that part, and then just sometimes just a fail to like put in that time and that structure
Right.
to do it.
Right.
I think a big piece is if you don't know to do it, it's one
Right.
thing, and then if you do it, you kind of have to still plan around the time to do it. You know what I
Right.
mean? You got to take the time and really do it.
Right.
So, and a lot of people don't see the benefit in it too.
True.
Like
They don't.
I,
Yeah.
I think, a lot of people just, I don't know. I think a lot of times when we growing up, bro, we just kind of move delusional.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? We all
True.
think we're going to be millionaires. We think you know what I'm saying? We think we're going to touch 100 M's by the time we 30, or else we fail, Tell me you didn't think that, bro. I
I
thought I'd
did.
be 100 million by 30, just at least
Yeah.
an M, at
Right.
least an M, you know what I'm saying? But it's
For
just a little
sure.
20,
delusional.
25 sitting on 25 mil. Come on.
You see what I'm saying? Nah, we all thought that. We all thought that. You know what I'm saying? But just after a certain amount of time, it's like you realize that certain systems is what make that happen, and it takes time to
Right.
set up those systems, man.
Hmm.
So
Right.
that's what I
No,
think.
that's good. Also, one thing I want to add, I'll say it's also hard, right? Because at the end of the day, you got to be real with yourself, man, which is kind of hard sometimes. I think it's easier to like. One thing for me is like what I've been doing is like it's easier to like lie to other people, but you can't really lie to yourself, right? Because you
Yeah.
know everything about yourself. You know if you have time. You know how much work you can be putting in. And the reason to what I believe is harder too, right? Most of the time when you have other people other than you, it's a lot easier because you have that pressure. If you don't do something, there's also repercussions, right? It's tangible. However, when it comes to auditing yourself, there's a repercussion for sure. But at the end of the day, you are in control. You are the one who set the rules, right? So you can most often we give ourselves slack for mediocrity, right? Because oh, I'm gonna do it tomorrow. No one's gonna come over to your house and like force you to do it today.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like easier to like procrastinate because you don't have that pressure, like behind you, like, oh, bro, you got to get it done. That's why it's like when we talk about entrepreneurship, it's harder, right? Because at the end of the day, you are responsible,
Mhm.
right? So that's why most people are like, Dad, I don't want to do it. But if you work at a 9 to 5 job, most of the time, if you don't get the job done, the manager is going to be on your back. You know you got to get that
Mhm.
done. But when it comes to your goals and vision, if you don't get it done, if I don't go to the gym tomorrow, like no one can tell me nothing. Like
Yeah,
if I don't eat healthy
Yeah.
this week, no one's gonna come over and tell me, bro, you gotta eat healthy, right? I'm the one in control. So just by us being in control, that can be a detriment sometimes because it's hard for us to like motivate ourselves to do the things that we need, that we know we should be doing. So I think it's hard. One of the reasons why we don't do it, man, it's hard.
Yeah.
And then, like Z said, people are lazy, right? And at the end of the day, like everything you guys
Man.
said, like the delusional part, we just think like those things that we want just gonna come so easy.
Yeah.
But like just like as we getting older, man, doing the math, right? Everything has to be a plan. You got to plan everything.
Yeah.
Not just having a plan. You got to come up with a great plan.
Yeah.
Because sometimes some of the plans that we create doesn't work, right? We got to come up with effective plans, and we got to make sure that we are around people who are gonna like push us and hold us accountable to get to that next level as well.
Yeah. To your point, DG, you mentioned that people don't do it because it's hard. I absolutely agree with that. People more times than not want what's easy in life,
Right,
right? It's easy. It's easy to go to school. It's easy to, do an internship, find a job, climb the corporate ladder. Like it's easy to do these things, right? Because there's already a path that's been laid before you, right?
right,
There's already been somebody who's done it, probably somebody close to you who's done it, so they can walk you through the exact step of everything and whatnot. But when you're trying to accomplish something of immense greatness, like when you talk, there's a big separation. We talk about it all the time between good and great. Those are
right,
two completely different things. What
right.
separates good from great is so much larger than what separates bad from good.
Facts.
Because to go from good to great to like to elite, to accomplish something that is that is, it almost just seems impossible. To your point, P, you talked about earlier, it seems delusional, right? It
Right. It
seems
is.
you have to be delusional to a degree if you want to accomplish greatness. You
Facts.
have to, because most people are gonna tell you that there's no way that that's possible, right? There's
Mm-hmm.
no way that you could do that because they
Right.
can't do it. So it's just
Right.
like,
Mhm.
and at the end of the day, people want low hanging fruit. They want what's easy, and
Facts.
just it's because naturally, like, it's just, why make our life easier, or why make my life harder when I could just post and just be chilling? I could just,
Right.
I live a good life, man. I'm here. I'm just existing. I'm just living my life, man. And there's nothing wrong with that. But
Right.
if you want to accomplish amazing things, if you're setting out to do something that most people have never done, or quite possibly some people will never do, you have to be willing to take leaps of faith. You have to be delusional to a degree, and you just have to be locked in. You have to
Right.
be disciplined. Like, you have to also not settle for the low hanging fruit all the time. Like,
True.
you can't take the low hanging fruit when you know that, like, man, fuck the fruit. Like, I want the whole
Right.
tree. I want the whole yard. I want the
Facts.
I
Yeah.
want the whole crop,
For
right?
real.
And it's just, most people just don't know what that looks like, or even how to, like, go about it. And honestly, oftentimes when you're on that path, you don't even know how to do it, but you just
True.
figure it out.
Right.
You figure it out
Mhm.
at the end of the day. You just show up continuously every day, and you just figure it out.
Right.
And whether or not whether or not I had a productive day, whether or not I planned a day, or the day planned me, whatever the case may be, I know I'm gonna show up again tomorrow, right?
Facts.
You're gonna have your good days, you're gonna have your bad days, and that's just a life that you have to embrace when you want to live a life of that magnitude, right? But you can't settle for low hanging fruit. You can't settle for what's easy, because honestly, anything that's worthwhile in life is not easy. It's hard, man. Anyone who says otherwise is lying. To become a millionaire is hard.
Right.
To become a billionaire is hard. To become
Facts.
to pursue true, genuine love is hard. To
Facts.
build a business, it's hard. Like, to
Preach.
do anything that is worthwhile, man, it takes so much more effort than, like, most people are willing to put in.
Facts,
And
bro.
like I said, I think just a lot of people just want what's easy.
Right. I agree.
Man, two things. First off, Paige said, "Give me that fruit that's well done." I don't know. Well done. Well done fruit is well done.
What's
Well done. Well done fruit is insane. First off, you know what I'm saying?
I ain't never heard of well done
That's
fruit in my life.
well done. Well done is insane. First off, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. But I see what she's saying. Second, man, something that was really resonating when you was talking, DG specifically, was when you was talking about, like, when your manager tells you to do something, you always do it,
Facts.
Hmm.
right? You know what I'm saying? The thing about it is, it's like, I feel like when we talk about ourselves, we the manager and the employee.
Facts.
You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
so we not you could tell a person that's not well managed. You could tell it. You know what I'm saying? So either you're not a good manager or you're not a good
Both.
employee, because
Both.
you gotta tell yourself what to do and do it when
Yeah.
you bet.
Both.
So either you're not telling yourself the right shit, or you're not
Right.
doing the shit that you tell yourself.
Right.
That's what I was thinking about when you were saying
It's
that,
true,
bro.
bro.
Like,
It's
we got to
true.
really manage ourselves. You know what I mean? So
And it is
I just had to throw that
hard, bro. It's
in there.
like it's hard, bro. Like managing yourself is hard, man,
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, you have control. That's a good thing about life, right? You have control, but having so much control means that you can choose to do the wrong shit all the
Yeah.
time,
Yeah.
and no one's gonna come and tell you anything, you know. And that's why I feel like it's just so hard. And also, bro, I think most often, bro, most people are just like okay with just mediocrity. And just for
Yep.
me, like at this stage, I'm trying to get to. Because sometimes I'll tell myself, man, just show up sometimes, just do the bare minimum. But like now, like whatever I say I'm gonna do, if I'm gonna take my time to do something, I'm gonna make sure I do it good. I want to be at the best of whatever I'm doing now,
Yeah.
because I'm just wasting time. I don't just want to waste time and then just be okay. Because I was actually like reflecting back in college, man. I was like, if I actually go back to college, I'm gonna go all in again. Because at the end of the day, I had a great time. I did good, but I know I can do better. So
Yeah.
now, since I don't have the opportunity, it's like whatever I'm doing right now in my life, my business, I'm not just gonna go 20%, 50%. Like if I can go all in, I'm doing that right now with everything in my life. Because like you said, good and great are two different things you gotta do, right? Because I
Hmm.
believe that whatever work you did to get on level 1 to get to level 10, bro, you gotta do way more. The regular season game, preseason game, you're not gonna have the same game plan when you're in the Super
Yeah.
Bowl. You got to do way
All
more.
right.
Yeah.
Precision matters, right? Because now you can't throw that much interception because you know it's just one game. And I feel like whenever we live life with that sense of urgency and knowing that, man, we got people looking at, we got people that we got to take care of, right? Because at the end of the day, I think once we realize that other people depend on us, that just gave you the sense of urgency and purpose, bro, to go in life and do more. Because once
Yeah.
I feel like once we become selfish, man, like it's just my life. I don't care. I don't have anyone to look. I don't have anyone to take care of. We just go through life without that purpose, bro. So for me now, knowing that I feel like I have people and things that people that depend on me, like I'm living each day with urgency because life is short,
Yeah.
bro. We don't have that
Life
much
is short,
time,
bro.
bro. We're getting older.
Yeah.
It's about to be 2025, right?
Hmm.
We're not getting younger, man. It's still like I'd rather go all in right now and create that life that I want in the next 4 to 5 years than just coast and just wait till I'm like 65 and 70 and just have that and retire and take that easy route. I'm not willing to do that. So for me
Yeah.
right now, it's just like pushing myself to become that person that I want to be in the next
Yeah.
4 to 5 years.
Yeah.
If it's
I
hard
think life.
now, it's gonna be easy later. You know
That's
what I mean?
it.
So
That's it, man. I think life is going to look a lot different in 5 years, for all of us, right? I think not just that we're auditing ourselves, we're auditing each other, and holding ourselves and holding everybody accountable. And that's for anybody who's on this call,
Right,
anybody who is in our network. It's just you have to hold people to that particular standard, and you can't make exceptions, man. I feel like the older you get, man, the more that you realize it's just like I only want to be around people that genuinely like inspire me and motivate
right.
me at the end of the
Facts.
day. Like I can be cool with anybody. Like I will meet anybody at whatever level they want to be met at, and that's cool. Like I'm a very social person, but if we're talking about spending genuine time and whatnot, I only want to be around people that like uplift me, inspire me, believe in me at the end of the day. Like
Right,
why I was talking about it, over the holidays and stuff like that. It's just why would you want to be kicking with people that you just don't like get, that don't inspire you, that don't challenge you, that don't pour into you at all. Like nobody wants that, right?
right,
You want to be in
right,
reciprocal relationships. And I think that's just what I admire most is just people who continue to push the boundaries. I constantly look around me all the time. I can go on each of y'all stories or whatever the case may be, and immediately be like, yeah, I need to get on my shit, man. I need to
right.
get on my shit because
them boys is working. Them boys is working.
it's just we out here doing something, man. Like there's plenty of people in this chat right now. Paige who Paige over here talking about some well done fruit. I don't know about that, but I know she out here getting it though. I know she out here getting it though. Same thing with Be Easy. Be Easy out here getting it, man. So, shout out to everybody who's tapped in, man, because at the end of the day, you got to surround yourself with great company, right? If
Right,
you want to be great too, though. And just going into 2025, man, I'm really excited to see as we continue to audit ourselves, each other, and continue to build this whole thing out. Who knew that we'd be making a podcast, right? Like
right,
shit, but we're here. Who knew that
right,
you would be, you would own a home health agency,
right.
but here you are.
Facts.
Who knew that we would start a travel agency, but here we are, right? And
Right,
we just
Oh,
figuring it out. Like, do we have each and every detail and whatnot like aligned and figured out at this very moment? Nah, but
right,
like at the end of the day, we're taking the chance, we're taking the opportunity, we're taking the risk. Whereas most people would just play it safe and it's just like, all right, there's nothing wrong with playing
right,
it safe because I
right,
know that's what works for you, But at the end of the day, people are always going to project, people are going to
fact,
project their fears,
fact,
their doubts onto you. And it's just like, nah,
right,
man, kill all. I can't hear none of that, man. Get that
right,
away from me, bro.
for
Because
sure.
like all I want is people who point, bro. I don't want to hear none of that. Like now, if it's coming from somebody that I value, of course you can take criticism, right? I
Right,
believe it's important to take constructive criticism. But if people are just like literally just people will shoot down your whole dreams and all your delusions if you allow them, But at the end of the day, it's not their vision, it's yours, So
fact,
it's important for you to just stay diligent and have faith in yourself and the ability to accomplish whatever it is that you want. Because as long as you continue to walk in purpose and faith, man, you'll figure anything out.
for sure, man. Talking about auditing yourself, man. So today, doing like auditing for the business. Actually, I
Yeah.
noticed that we hit that 1 mil mark in
come
revenue.
Hey,
on,
let's go.
man.
Yeah,
Let's go. Let's
Come on,
go.
man.
yeah,
Let's
bro.
go.
Hey, come
Yeah,
Hey.
on, man. That boy had one day
yeah,
left. It was
Hey,
yeah.
easy.
that boy hit it.
Hey,
Hey
let's
man,
go,
One
man. Hey,
hand,
that's what
big
I'm
one
talking
shout
hand,
about.
out to
That's
that,
what I'm
man.
talking
Come
about.
on, I gotta
one
clap
hand,
up my
bro.
boys
Hey,
for
One
that,
hand,
man.
bro.
That's crazy.
hey,
That's crazy.
shout
Yeah,
out to Grad Care. Shout out to Grad Care. What is it? It's Grad Care
yeah.
Agency, right? Yeah.
Grand kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
But man,
yeah,
shout out to
bro.
Grad Care. They out here doing big things, man.
My
A
Yeah,
dog
I
do
millie,
mean,
man.
one
man.
million.
That's a
Come
huge mark, man.
on,
That's
For
not a
man.
sure.
small feat, man. That's
Right.
not a small feat. Celebrate. You over here turned down. I'm gonna need you to turn up one time, DG, man.
Yeah,
You
DG.
hit a millie, boy.
I know. Yeah, I know. You gotta have the same energy as when you see me, because I know you closed the book. That boy stood up. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? I know you
You
did some
hit.
type of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Ah!
No, no, I kind of knew that. I kind
You
of
know what
knew
I'm
it was
saying?
close because because I was doing the math in my head throughout the year. I kind of knew we were close, but actually on the, just doing actually the income statement and saying that, like, damn, that's dope. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
now I need to call my accountant. Just kind of like talk about taxes and all that kind of stuff. But it
Yeah,
feels
it's time.
good, man. To like,
Yeah.
to like,
It's time to play defense now. Huh? We've been
yeah,
playing offense all year. You know.
yeah, so that's kind of like my motivation going to like next year, man. That's one of the reasons too, though, because I feel like we was doing that like every month, bro. Like we have goals and stuff that we were trying to hit, and no, just like I said, we have meetings, making sure that like, kind of what we're talking about, bro. Like auditing yourself, right?
hmm
Making sure like same thing with business. Because the reason why I think it's so important, bro, like no, like in order for a business to be successful, you have to do those things. You have to audit yourself. You got to audit every department, right? So the
hmm
same thing with our individual life. Like, how can we just go through life without doing those things and expect that we're gonna have a sense of purpose and direction in life? Because
hmm
at the end of the day, man, we're just gonna be going astray. We're just gonna be doing things not knowing that we're doing these things. And but I feel like you same thing like budget, right? Ramond, you talks about this all the time. If we don't have a budget, that's kind of like a form of audit, right? Financially, if we don't have a budget, we don't know how much we're spending monthly. We don't know about those Netflix subscription, all those things that we don't even watch, right? So by doing the audit now, you're going over all these things. You're like, damn, why am I even subscribed to Pornhub?
You know damn well why you subscribe.
You know what I'm saying? So now you go through all you now you go with all your guys. So why do I even have
Uh,
these things? Do I even need these things? And then you realize that you can like make some adjustment, bro. I think that's why it's important in our personal life because business do that all the
yeah.
time. Every
Yep.
successful business they do that all the time. So why like I feel like our life, bro, life is a business overall, right? Because we are in control. So I think it's important, man. We should all
hmm
get in the habit of doing this because it's a
Yeah.
game changer, bro. Because remind you like you're stressed about this, and I feel like all right, we all talked about it, man. It's time for me to take this to the next level, bro. And now just by having that, like I wake up in the morning, like it's like it's refreshing because you have a
Ain't it?
plan. It's like a
Right.
map. It's like a map, right? You're not just gonna driving around trying to figure out where you're gonna go. What am I gonna do today? What should I eat? Like you already have everything mapped out. It makes your day a lot easier
hmm
because now you have structure, and I feel like with structure, it just helps, for you to make winning a lot easier,
Yep.
for sure.
Yep. That's
No,
exactly it, man.
that's fire, man. First and foremost, once again, bro. Big shout out to you, bro. You
Big
know what I'm
shout out,
saying?
man.
Like
Shot.
a lot of
Yeah.
people don't understand, like you know how important certain things are and milestones,
Right.
because we don't take the time to make it known, man. So listen, I'm making it known right here,
Yeah.
bro. Big shout out to you, bro.
Big shout
That's
out,
a
man.
man. That's like a goal that I feel like every human at one point says I want to
Right.
have a business that
Yeah.
does
Right.
a million dollars, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
So big
Yeah.
shout out to you,
Big
man.
shout,
Yeah, for
Big
baby.
sure.
shout out to you,
We,
man.
we ain't downplaying it at all.
Definitely
Diamond
Nah,
not.
Grant
that's big.
on the 30th of December 2024, and his company Grant Care Agency, man,
Come
they
on.
accomplished the a milli mark. They hit the Lil Wayne a milli on that ass, man.
Come
So
on,
For
so
man.
real,
we
bro.
ain't downplaying it at all, man. We celebrating all
Yep.
nothing but you talk about a Hail Mary, it came through in the clutch,
Come
boy.
man.
Right at the end of the game,
Right.
boy. But
In
That's
hey,
the
man,
end.
fire.
better late than never.
Right.
And
Right.
on the bigger and better things in the 2025, man. Love to hear it, man. Congrats, bro.
Thanks, bro.
Man, yeah, bro. Yeah, and
Yeah, that's
I know you over there. Thanks, bro. Just nonchalant about it, bro. Like, because at the end of the day, it is just
Right.
you plan for this, right?
yeah,
Right.
So it's just
Right.
like I
yeah.
knew it would come eventually. I wasn't sure.
Right. Right.
Right at the buzzer beater, right? You got it, but I knew it was coming at some point.
Right.
And I think that's the dopest piece about it is just like moving with that humility and
Right.
always being humble and staying modest about things. But
Right.
on the bigger and better things in the 2025, man.
And I just want to say, man, that everything we talked on here, bro, it works, bro. That's my
Literally.
testimony. Like everything,
Hmm
it works. It's just like one step at a time. Like sometimes you don't see it, right? It's like going to the gym.
Yep.
You might not see those muscle right away, but if you're consistent within a year, 2 years, you're gonna get there, man. It takes time, but like just stay consistent with everything. I feel like most often people try these things, they stay on the plan, but at the end of the day, whenever they're not seeing results right away, people usually try to deviate, start something different.
Hmm.
Sometimes you gotta stick with something so long that you fail, and then you figure it out, and then you succeed. I think that's what you gotta do sometimes.
Yeah, shout out to Bunifa. She said
Nah,
that's why you be in the gym dancing like that. He up there running that bag
that's
up, boy.
that's
That
why that's why I left.
if anybody see DG's story, that boy be dancing his ass off in the gym,
but
and this is
but
exactly why.
bro, y'all know me. I be dancing way before that, man. I just be goofing around way
But
before.
that move, I ain't never seen you hit that move though. She right, bro. You unlocked the new move, my
You
brother.
that boy Kendrick unlocking new voices. That
Come
boy
on, man.
DG unlocking new dance moves, boy. You know, so
The
Come on,
cartwheel,
man.
bro. The cartwheel. That's hilarious.
That boy unlocked the new move, man. So yeah, big shout out.
That's
Shout out to Bonifa, man.
hey, hey, but I'll never forget. He hit that cartwheel, but I know you remember that move that he tried to hit
Come on,
in the
man.
gym that one
I can
time.
never forget it, man. I got a screenshot of when he was in at this moment. Yeah.
Hey, DJ, I don't even know what he was trying to do, boy.
I was
Like
trying to do a handstand, bro.
he was
Calisthenics
trying to
type
do a
stuff.
handstand. That's what it
Yeah,
was. So,
but the
hey, man,
bar wasn't stable enough, right? So my wrist kind of like gave up a little bit, and then I like.
boy, I'll never forget the face that you made looking into the camera. So y'all are seeing the right side of these things, right? Because he done went through the trials and tribulations and done busted his ass many a times to see the cartwheel come into fruition that you seeing on his story now. But we seen the progress over the years, boy. I'm
uh,
telling you, that boy.
but
That was one
I,
of the funniest videos I ever seen of somebody I actually knew, bro. Like that shit.
bro, I was so glad I didn't hurt myself, bro, because there's the mirrors right there. I'm dead serious. I shot him, and I was like, damn, I didn't break anything. I was.
Yo, post that
Oh,
video again. This for everybody who's on here. Add them
oh
to your
my
close friends.
God.
They deserve to see that video, bro. That shit was one of the
Nah,
Oh,
funniest shit I ever
I don't
seen.
care. I'm gonna post that on my story. I'm gonna find that
oh my
video.
gosh, man.
I'm gonna post it.
This is something that everybody needs to see.
I
So yeah,
promise you.
y'all done seen the cartwheel, but y'all had to see what
The
what
car.
originally happened.
Nah, big
Yeah, man.
shout out
Yeah.
though, man. But not to bring it back. I wanted to touch on something that me and Z talk about often, man, and it's something that me and Z, when we had an honest conversation with each other. Is like every job we ever worked at had departments, and they had
Right.
similar departments. They all had similar departments. They got to have that finance department, that marketing
Mhm.
department, the operations department. Every job, yeah, I bet you everybody on here, if you ever worked a job, they have the same departments, man. So sometimes you gotta, even if that's like your own business, you gotta make sure you got them same departments, or even in your departments of life, like them take auditing and like following up on, man. So I think that changed everything, probably for all of us to realize that every piece of our life got these little departments that we kind of have to build out. And if you're not, if you don't have those in place, then you really just like hoping for. You might as well just play the lotto, like you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because like if you think about
It's true.
every big company, Amazon, Apple, I don't any name it, Microsoft, any company that's huge has these certain departments set up. So if you don't, then you really just kind of like you're not even really playing the game. You know what I mean? You're not even really in the game. And like I
Hmm.
said, even outside of that, in your personal things, you got to kind of audit your own little departments, man. Whether that's your mental health, your
Right.
physical health, your
Right.
spirituality, relationships, all them little departments, bro. You got to audit those, man, and make sure.
Facts.
You know what I mean? That
Yep.
the company's running smooth. You know what I mean? AKA you running smooth. You know?
Yep.
Right. Right.
Yep.
Yeah,
I,
No,
I
man. So I
I
had to.
think to your point in auditing your life and breaking those things down into departments. Uh,
I like apartment better.
the things you even gotta like you gotta recognize what those things are and if they're conducive to the life that you want to build, right? I think the key areas that you need to audit are productivity, right? You know, like are you being productive? Like, are you spending your time
Right,
wisely? Like, what day, or excuse me, what hours of the day do you find yourself being most productive? That's honestly when you should probably be doing most of the things that you want to get done, right? Because you just recognize these are your productive hours, you know? What days of the week are you most productive? Most people probably aren't productive on Fridays. Let's be honest. Like, we
right,
know Fridays are not a productive day typically, right? You know,
right,
so it's just when you talk about breaking these things down, I think productivity is a huge thing that you need to audit.
right,
Another thing is habits. You
right,
know, audit your habits. Like, what breaking down what habits are healthy and what aren't. You know, right? And
right,
then starting there. And we talk about it all the time, but with atomic habits, you always got to stack habits, right? You know, if you find yourself having a healthy habit, add another healthy habit to it, you know, and just like continue building from there. You know, I think that's another thing that you need to audit. I think another thing that a lot of people need to audit more and be just more in tune with is your mental slash emotional health,
right,
right? You know, like it's important to be on top of things and be going after it, you know, day in and day out, right? Showing up every day, but you also got to check in with yourself and just make sure that you're right at the end of the day too. You got to, I think a big piece of auditing yourself is just making sure that you're good, you know, right? You got to show up to be your best self. You know, we talk about it all the time. You have to have a full cup in order to pour into others, you know, at the
right,
end of the day. So, or pour into anything else, right? And so I think auditing those things, you know, your mental, your emotional health, and also your relationships. You know, I think that's
right,
a, just like we said, like
right,
it's important to audit those things. Like, are these people like you can still maintain a relationship with anyone, but you have to understand that if you're trying to make a life, if you're going after something of immense success, of immense greatness, whatever the case may be, whatever it is that you want to accomplish, whether you want to open a gym, whether you want to start a business, you know, whether you want to travel the world in the next like 2 3 years, whatever it is, you just have to recognize that you have to be doing all of these things, the habits. You have to be making sure that your mental is right, but also make sure that the relationships and the people that you are around most of the time are conducive to that as well. You know, right? You
right,
know, like, do all these people, you know, pour into me just as much as I pour into them and whatnot. You know, so when you talk about editing all these departments in finance in your business and in your life, those are also the things that you need to recognize as well.
right. I agree. No, I think it's important, man. Like you gotta say, just like focusing on every department, right? I think it's important because at the end of the day, you want to make sure, man, like your mental health is intact, your physical health, because at the end of the day, it's not just all about, you know, grinding and all that stuff, right? What's the point of like grinding? And then at the end of the day, you're depressed, you can't really sleep, you don't have friends and people to share those things with. So you
Mhm.
got to make sure that every department is intact. You got to make sure that your physical health is taken care of, your mental health is taken care of, your financial health. Because I, like you said, man, everything has to be good in order for us to be at that optimal level. And for me, that's kind of like that. That's where I'm trying to be right now, right? And you also talk about like making time for things that are fun. Because usually how I schedule and audit my week is from Monday through Friday is grind mode, right? I'm having my schedule. I'm writing everything down. And Saturday and Sunday is like discretionary how I feel, right? If I want to wake up and do some work, I'm gonna do work, but I'm not mandatory to. I'm not forced to do these things. So I give myself leeway because on the day now, you have 2 days to like reset, do something fun that you enjoy, right? Because life is short,
Mhm.
man. It's not all about grind, 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 grind. But like most most often Monday through Friday is my grind and my ground week. I'm going all in. I'm making sure I'm writing everything down. Like for the past, I would say like the past month, bro, Monday through Friday, every night before I go to bed, I take about 10 minutes. I'm writing down my goals. Saturday and Sunday, I really don't care. Depends how I feel. If I feel like doing it, I do it. But I make sure that Monday through Friday, I'm doing these things. And then Sunday, like sometimes you gotta like make time for fun. You gotta like add those things
Yep.
that you enjoy in your
Yep.
life. Because at the end of the day, it
Hmm.
keeps the grind fun, right? Because now you have something that you're looking forward to. Okay,
Hmm.
if I can stay on my ground from Monday through Friday, I'm gonna go see a movie that I like. If I
Yeah.
can do these things, if I can stay on my diet, make sure I don't eat anything unhealthy. Sunday, I'm looking forward to a cheat meal. So whenever we give ourselves something to look forward, for me personally, it
Yeah.
like
Agree.
pushes me
Hmm.
throughout the week to go
Agreed.
hard. All right, all right. If I go hard to Friday, Sunday I can do whatever, hang out with the boys, go out with the boys. So I think it's important to give
Hmm.
yourself a break and have fun along the way. It's something that you look forward to.
Yeah. I think to your point, incentive is important, right?
Right,
It's just incentivizing yourself and incentivizing others, man. You need it in order to just because. regardless of how self-motivated you are, sometimes you just need that little extra
Mm-hmm.
oomph to get you
Right.
through to the finish line
Right.
at the end of the day, man. I know I'm finna fuck up this brownie come Friday, boy, because I know I've been
Right.
out here. They ain't
Exactly.
no sweets, boy, but
You said
come Friday, I'm finna
a
tear that
brownie
shit.
hate to see me coming, huh?
I'm finna tear that motherfucker up. Like, I know. Oh, this brownie finna get all this work, boy. That sweet potato pie, boy, you
For
don't even want to
real,
see me
for
coming.
real. You need that. You need that.
You
It's
need that,
important, man.
man.
Yeah, you need a reset. Because it just helps you. Like, because at the end of the day, you don't want to get burned out. Because, like, to be honest, bro, like throughout this year, I never really felt burnt out. Because at the end of the
Hmm.
day, I
Yeah,
always like gave myself things to look forward to.
yeah,
You
Yep,
know, so because like it's always fun. All right, if I do this, I'm gonna do this. If I do this for a week, I can do this. Now you
yeah,
always have
yeah,
something to look forward to. Because at the end of the day, man, you don't just want to keep working. Because once you experience burnout, it's hard for you to like get back on track.
yep,
So for me, I'm just trying to like stay steady. It's like a marathon, right? It's not a sprint. So I don't have to go all in. Just slow and steady. Just making sure that I'm consistent every week with whatever I say I'm gonna do. Making sure that I'm doing these things weekly. And over time, man, you're gonna get to the finish line if you're just
yep,
consistent.
yep. Consistent, man. And shout out to Paige. She tapped in. She said she saw this list the other day watching TD Jakes. But some of the things that he laid out to just obviously live a fruitful life is one, a lay down life, a mentality of mobility, faith as a lifestyle, preparation, the discipline of awareness, curiosity, and keeping the load light. I also want to touch on curiosity, man. It's I've been I've found this coming up a lot in my life recently, in like the last week, man. When it comes to curiosity, I found in my own life that I identify so much with people who like are big kids at the end of the day. Because like
For
I
sure.
think that inner child in you that keeps you curious about life and just like keeps you um it just forces you, I think, to push boundaries and try different things and just go out seeking things that like most people wouldn't, right? Because life is already hard enough, man. Like I ain't out here trying to take life serious all the time, bro. So I
Right.
think people who are just naturally curious and people who like still embrace their inner child, I feel like I identify the most with because it's just it allows you to your point, DG, it allows you to continue to look
Mm-hmm.
forward to things, right? Because you still have that willingness and that curiosity to try some shit.
Right.
It's just like fuck it, I'm just gonna do it, because I can, right? Or I want to. Um, and so that was something of the list that she provided that really stuck out to me is curiosity and then keeping the load light. To your point of not burning out, right?
Right.
Because if you burn out, you're no good for no one.
Right.
At the end of the day. So
no, that's fire, bro. on the on the point of auditing yourselves, like, are y'all do y'all consider yourselves like diligent, or do y'all be giving yourselves some grace? Like, when y'all, you know what I'm saying, when y'all look at I mean, your goals or whatever y'all set out for yourselves, are y'all like this is what it is, or do y'all be giving yourself some grace sometimes?
Nah, bro. I would say I'll be shitting on myself, man. Like I'm like, I'll probably say I'm the worst, right? Because sometimes I be going so hard on myself. Because I know within myself I can do more. It's
Mm-hmm.
mhm.
crazy when you have that feeling, like, because I believe whatever I'm doing, bro, I believe I can do way more. Even when it comes to fitness, bro. When I tell people like, I have goals and stuff I want to accomplish, they look at me and they're like, bro, you already reached your goal. Like, nah, bro. Because part of me knows, like, we
Mm-hmm.
always, when you have that feeling deep inside, you like, bro, I can do better than this. So most of the time when I'm like auditing myself and like critiquing myself, I like, man, like you're slacking, bro. Like
Yeah,
you can do better than this. This is not it, bro. You can do way more than what you're doing. And most of the time it's true, right? Because when I look at my day, I'm like, bro, you spent a couple hours just scrolling. You start talking on the
Right.
phone,
yeah,
So
yeah,
I would say I'm a harsh critic, to be
yeah,
honest. I
yeah.
give myself like C all the time.
Yeah.
He
See,
said, "Nah, that's
see.
a C." He said we hit a milli this year. Nah, that's a C.
Yeah. Come on,
Yeah,
man.
bro.
You know what I'm
That was
saying?
a
We had an
C year,
average
Yeah,
man.
this year.
That was
cause
that
I,
was
bro,
all
right,
right,
cause
man.
cause
That
I
was all
know
right.
within myself I can do more. Like I just know I can be a better person, whatever I'm doing. Like it's like I'm not at the pinnacle. It's always room. Cause I know within myself, cause I slacked along the way. I could have done way more, and I would have gotten a better result than what I did. But at the end of the day, I'm so grateful. But like, I know I can do way more, bro. So I'm always harsh on myself. And then
Yeah.
sometimes people be like, bro, you gotta calm down a little bit.
But at the same time, ain't nothing wrong with having your new highs be
Right,
your new lows
Yeah.
moving
right,
forward. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Like you
right,
got the high score
Facts.
right now,
right,
but that you want that to be your low moving
right,
forward. Like you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
right,
So I
right,
do feel you on that. What about you, Z?
I think I think I find I've been finding a good middle ground in more recent year. I would say in like last year, I, I found a healthy medium because I think it's important to push ourselves to our limits, right? You know, and to be as critical as we can on ourselves because I think that's what brings out the best of us. But I also do think it's important to give ourselves grace, and that's something that I've really leaned into a lot more in the last years, understanding that not everything has to. Granted, as much as I want to cram, I want to get 27 things done today. But it's
right,
just like if I only got 21 of them done, that was still a successful day, you know. Like, and
right,
as much as you be wanting to just knock everything out of the park. Rome wasn't built in a day, man. It's just like, you know
right,
what? There's always tomorrow. Now, I'm not saying you should always have that mentality of just always pushing things
right,
off or putting things off until the next day and the next day because they'll continuously just get put off over and repeatedly, right? But I do think it is important to give yourself grace and just understand that you are doing so
right,
much. And I think that's where I struggle with most is just like I feel like I'm always in this constant state of I'm doing so much but not enough at the same
right,
time. Like and it's just like but I think when you find yourself in these moments of auditing yourself and really holding yourself to certain standards and checking off particular boxes, I think I find that idea or that sentiment of feeling like I'm doing too much but not enough at the same time as going away because I know that I'm checking off the boxes,
right,
you know, right? So like I don't have to worry so much about it. Like I don't stress myself about it so much on the day to day because like I know that the boxes are getting checked off. And even if I miss one or two
right,
during the week, I know that I still got so much shit done and
right,
I'm still leaps and bounds ahead of like where I need to be.
right,
And I'm still going to continue to push forward even more.
right,
Now, granted, I might hold myself to a particular standard the next week, but at the end of the day,
right,
man, I think I've found that sweet middle ground, and it's a nice place to be, man. Like I
right,
said, I think it's just a point. I think it's just trusting the process. I think that's something that we've leaned into a lot more this
right,
year. Is just um, not being so hyper fixated on this end result, but just trusting the process. Like you said, setting up those micro those micro goals, right? You have your major goals and you have your micro goals, and as long
right,
as you have those micro goals and you're checking off those boxes, man, we getting there.
right,
That's
right,
a fact. Yeah, I think I'm on the same. I'm on the same as you, Z. Like you know what I'm saying. I'm I'm hard on myself like on what I write down.
right,
Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm really like I try to make sure all that shit's knocked out. You know what I mean? I
Hmm.
right,
really do. You know what I mean? But just but like I think the grace that I didn't used to give myself is just kind of like I even be writing it on my planner to just salute myself. I think
right,
Hmm.
that's the thing is kind of I think sometimes you could be hard on yourself and not be showing yourself love at the same
Yeah.
time. You know what I'm
right.
saying? So I think like just, I be writing little shit on my planner sometimes just be like, nigga, you dope, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? You dope. And so I just it'd be random. I'd be on Wednesday looking at my little shit and I just see it
Yeah.
like, hey, you right, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? You know what I
Right,
mean? So
Yeah.
it's like the little pieces in there, man. I feel like that's why I started really just giving myself grace on because it's hard to like stay locked in. You know what I
right.
mean? We always say it's
Hmm.
lock in season, and it's to be honest for us,
Whew,
I feel like
it's
it's
hard.
always going to be lock in season. You know what I'm
Yeah.
Right,
saying? So
it's
you
Yeah.
hard.
got to salute yourself for even being like staying in lock in season. You got to salute that sometimes and just be like, yo, the results is coming for sure because I know I've been locked in all year. You know what I'm
Been
saying?
locked
Like
in,
it's
man.
it's it's it's
Right,
inevitable for certain things to be happening. Like you know what I mean? Like and it's
right,
starting to feel like it's earned and deserved.
right,
Like the
Hmm.
certain shit that's happening, it don't. It's nothing really feels like a fluke no more. Like nah, I'm supposed to be here. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Like, you know
Hmm.
what I'm
right,
saying? I did
Hmm.
been working. You know what I'm saying? I see that with all of us. It's like the rooms is changing, the things that we're doing is changing. You know what I mean? The goals is even changing. You know what I mean? And it's like it's deserved. You know what I mean? I deserve it. Oh, you
I
know
deserve it
what I'm
all.
I
saying?
deserve it
You know what
all.
I'm saying?
Hey, that's the
You know what I
motto going
mean?
into
Like
2025, boy. All
that's the
2025, man.
motto,
I
man.
deserve it all.
Yeah, man.
I
So
deserve it all.
No, I agree that I do that. I'm talking about when you do things, but you know within yourself you could have done more. That's not
Hmm.
like
yeah,
every day for me. It's like, all right, I did this, I got all my goals done, but I know I could have done way more than that because
Yeah,
I did something else instead of doing that.
yeah,
It's like, all right, I worked on this goal, but I didn't go all in. That's kind of like for
hmm,
me lately. I've been a little bit harsh
yeah,
on that. Like, bro, you could have
yeah,
done better.
yeah,
You waste the time doing this, and then sure the
yeah.
day, man, like I don't know, just like a little bit, I'm just like a little harsh lately than usual. But at the
Hmm.
end of the day, like you guys saying, I'm giving myself grace because at the end of the day, like I do like, yeah, bro, you did good
Yeah,
today. You should be proud of yourself, right? But I
yeah,
just know within myself, I could have done way more.
yeah,
Sometimes when I
hmm
go to the gym, I work out, I got a good workout, like bro, like I could have done more than what I did today. I
yeah.
was being a little bit lazy.
But you
Those are the
still
things
showed
that I'm
up
like,
though.
yeah, I
You
still
still showed
showed up,
up though.
right? But it's just like knowing that I could have done way more than that. It's like
Yeah.
that's kind of I'd be a
What's
little
the last
upset.
thing that y'all did where you was like, I couldn't have gave no more to that?
I don't remember. That's what I'm saying. I don't
Like
remember everything. I
I
feel like
gave everything in me.
that's what I'm saying. That's because I never reached that point that I feel like I give everything in me yet. Until then, that's what I'm saying. Everything I've done, bro. If I'm being honest, like I never reached that point. Like man, I give it all. That's all. Like everything. So for me, it's like I still have way more to give than what I'm currently doing anything.
Mm,
So that's kind of why I feel like that's why I'm a little harsh on myself because I never reached to that point. I'm like, man, I give it my all. Like, fuck it, I did everything I could do. So for
hmm.
me, it's like I never got to that point yet to know that I've given it all.
That's a good question, man.
Yeah,
Ah,
like if I'm being honest, I'm just being 100% honest.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think I
hey,
have anything that I can think of. Like, man, I did everything that I could possibly
You
do.
know what?
Like,
Actually, no, I do. I can I recall a moment. It was when we performed at Hill Festival last year.
oh yeah,
If
yeah, yeah,
any,
yeah, yeah,
well,
yeah.
really, I was gonna say if anybody knows, like the situation ended up being crazy, man. Like it was, but what we gave in that performance, man, like that felt like the performance of a lifetime. I was like, man, we maximized everything that we possibly could have at
right?
that moment. So I would say that was probably like the last time where I was just like, bruh,
Yeah, I
we
give it
we
all.
we did that motherfucker, man. Like of everything
That's
we
a fact,
possibly could have done,
bro.
we left it all out there on that stage,
Right,
man. And I
right.
think that was one of those moments where I just like we walked away and it was just like, man, and that's why I think we talk to people all the time. Africa changed us forever, bro.
Yeah,
And I think that's where it really cemented that for us was
I agree.
I think walking off of that stage, bro, it was just like, nah, we have arrived, bro. We are
You
here.
guys
Like
were monster when y'all got back, bro. Y'all
this
was
is
different.
we were the
Everything.
monstars after that. We were the monstars after that, man. Like it's just
bro.
For real.
and
You hit that on the money. That's
I
it.
think that was the last moment where I was like, yo, we gave it all. Yeah,
Right.
I think that's what it was, man.
And
I think it was
like
on that stage.
a moment of diversity or like controversy. Like it was a moment of like, you know what I mean, this or that. And like when you say like we talk about like how Africa changed our life, but we forget like that was a big turning point of that trip. So that was like how a moment of going 100 really changed our lives in real life, like in real life. Like
Hmm.
I'm glad that you brought that up, bro. That really that was the change
Hmm.
of the trip, and the trip was the change of like the
Of
shit moving
life.
forward,
Of,
Yeah.
everything moving forward.
It's
You know what
everything,
I mean?
man.
recent.
So
Yeah, it's
damn,
Of
recent.
that's crazy.
everything, man.
That's
Cause
Yeah.
Because
I got to give you that.
you guys came on remote escape. We saw this podcast. So many things. We got
Yeah.
more. I mean, like everything. I noticed that, bro. When you guys got back, y'all was
Yeah.
on a whole different frequency. Like everything, bro. Like
Yeah.
all right.
Africa changed us forever. And I tell people, man, that's why I genuinely think people need to experience it for themselves, man. Because granted, like like a lot of people, we did have a very unique experience, right? And just what we were out there for to accomplish and whatnot. But I'm telling you, man, like just being there, touching the soil, just meeting the people, just being in the environment and just honestly just living life. And it showed us we not only are we living the lives that we're supposed to be living, but we're doing exactly what we're supposed to be doing. We're rooted in purpose, man.
Right. Right.
And when that feeling is cemented for you, man, there's nothing that feels better than in that moment of just knowing. I think of it as the all-knowing, right? I know why I am here. I know
Right.
why I walk this earth. I know why. God blessed me with this opportunity, with this gift. I know exactly what
Mm-hmm.
that means for me. And that means a lot. And I
Right.
think walking off that stage and coming back from Africa, man, I was forever changed after that moment, man. Like I knew, like there was like you could not tell me otherwise. That
Right.
this is who I am, and I'm not
Right.
ashamed of it. And
Right.
I can give two fucks what anybody else got to say about it because I know I'm bomb. I know I'm bomb. Every day I go on my daily goals, wake up, pray, I'm bomb. Eat
Right.
lunch, I'm bomb. Go to the gym,
He
I'm
said.
bomb. Like it's just like I'm a
Uh,
continuously remind myself that I'm bomb because I know what my purpose is rooted in, man. Because I'm bomb.
I, I think I'm gonna add that to my to do my schedule every day, bro. I'm bomb. Like at the end of the day, I'm bomb. Like even though
I know you already doing that, brother.
no, not yet,
How
bro.
many
I'm
times you
just
say it a day?
I haven't said it today. I ain't gonna lie. I haven't said it yet until 9. But I be thinking about it though. I just don't say it. I be thinking about it. It's there. It's like it's there.
He said, I'll be thinking it
I
24/7,
be I be
24/7 up
thinking about
here.
it. It's right there. It's dope, but I just don't say it. But no, that's dope, man. Like I noticed the difference though when you guys got back, bro. Y'all on a whole different level. I'm like, yep, I love it, man. Like
Yeah,
everything was different. Y'all were moving different. Y'all was acting different. Y'all was talking different.
yeah,
And then now look at all the things that was birthed after that trip, bro. Like everything so far, man.
yeah,
Like Ramond out here in Italy, bro, investing over there, bro.
Come on,
yep.
man.
That's dope, man. Like
Come on, man.
we get it,
Come on.
bro.
We
We
just
we
get
we
warmed
deserve
up.
it. We deserve it all.
We
What
deserve
about
it.
you, Pete? What about you?
It might be the same moment, bro. Like it
Hmm.
might be the same moment, and it's like and like when I think about a single one thing, you know what I mean. But to be fair, it's tough. It's I wonder if it's possible to even go 100 all year.
Mm.
Just to be honest, I like shit happens, like life happens.
Right,
You're shaking up, like yeah. That's one thing we always talk about wanting to get to our 100%.
right.
But man, I definitely feel like just this year in general, I was as close to going 100%
That's
than
dope.
I've ever been before.
Hmm.
You know
Facts.
what I
Yep.
mean? So like
Right,
it might that I would say that was probably the one specific moment that on something I was going 100, but it's going close to 100 in
right,
general consistently
right,
this
Yeah.
year. Like it's not even close. I remember somebody had asked me probably a couple years ago. They was like, "How close do you think you are right now to your 100% self?" And I was like, "Bro, shit." I had to be honest. I was like, "Bro, probably like 28." You know
mm,
what I'm saying?
Hmm.
28% at that point. And this year, I think it's probably closer to, of course, we want to definitely have room, but I think
right,
like 65. You know what I'm
right,
Yeah.
saying? Which is way closer to like, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like than
right,
I've ever been. So I
right,
just think in general this year it's just been like, and it's noticeable. I think with people around
right,
us,
Hmm.
people feel it. I think people is
right,
getting like, inspired by some of the things we
right.
doing. So yeah, bro.
Hmm.
I think yeah,
I man,
yeah. This
I ain't
year
gonna
it's
lie,
been
man.
it's been a go time year.
They've been a great year, man. But one thing I would say that this podcast, but really helped shape my year too, for sure.
Yeah.
Like us doing this, the fact that we're doing it, most people just think that, oh, this doesn't benefit us, bro. But I feel like this podcast benefited me tremendously, bro. The fact
Yeah.
that we come here on every Monday and have this conversation, and I'm always inspired when I leave here.
Hmm.
It's always motivated me to like work hard. When like seeing you guys, hearing you guys talking about what you guys are doing in your personal life, it like pushes me to even go harder. And like you said, Ramon, I'll have to agree. I feel like this year was the year that I actually got closer to my 100% self, even though it wasn't
Hmm.
100%.
Hmm.
But I would say, man, I was way more disciplined this year than most year, if I'm being honest, in a lot of things for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Even though I encountered an obstacle along the way, right when I had my knee
Hmm.
injury and all that stuff, but the rebound was good, bro. I feel like I got back, and especially fourth quarter.
Hmm.
I was back. Like I've been, bro, since December like 3rd. I wrote down my goals every single
Yeah.
day, and
Yep.
everything I wrote down, I got it done. I never missed any single thing that I wrote down. Now, I haven't really done that in so long. I don't
Yeah.
remember the last time I did that.
Yep.
And the fact
Yep.
that I feel like this episode, this podcast, we come here every week. We talk about these things. It's like it's like a constant reminder of me just to keep doing better, right? Like you have that
Yep.
big brother telling you, "Oh, bro, this is what you do." You have that friend telling you what you do. This is what you do. That guidance, right? And it become easier because I feel like we do it on Monday, and it just kind of like helps set the pace for the
Yep.
rest of the week. Because I know
Yep.
I got 4 more days to go hard. Just four
Yeah.
more days, right? So I think, man, this been a game changer, bro. Like, shout
Yeah.
out to you guys, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I learned a lot, and I've grown a lot just by coming here every Monday and having these
Yeah.
conversations.
Facts. Shout out to us, man. We figuring it out day by day, man. When we said we was gonna start a podcast, man, it was literally just like we didn't even know where to start. It was just like
All
we just gonna do it, kind of thing.
right,
And look at where we are, man, and look at what we've accomplished over the
right,
last year and some
right,
change. It's
right,
just honestly, when you just like we talked about previously, we can literally go back and everything is documented.
right.
Everything that we've accomplished over
Yeah,
the last year and some change has been documented on
right,
camera,
right.
and just sharing this space, man, and sharing that honesty, that vulnerability of like coming on here and talking about what it
Mm-hmm.
is that we want and allowing people the same space to share their goals and that inspiration just going around, man. That's exactly what we started this for
Right,
was to just have these conversations and
right.
make an impact in whatever way possible. And honestly, I think it's impacted us more than
For
anyone else, right?
sure. For
Um,
real, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't
but
gonna lie, man.
yeah,
Just hear Ramon come here, you guys
Nah,
talking
for
about things
sure,
y'all doing every day. I'm
yeah.
inspired. Like shit.
Every
for sure.
man,
Let me go back to the
yeah,
drawing board. Let
that's
me
it,
go harder.
bro. That's it.
Yeah.
And shout out to Tanny, really, or Tanisha. I know that Tanny, Tanisha. I know she gonna give you shit for that. But shout out to her. She said, I don't think we can ever reach 100% because we're constantly getting better and improving. I do. I do believe that. Like, I don't think we'll ever reach our 100% self because I
Right.
think whenever we reach a new high, I think we're always pushing the boundary for even further. But I do think it's always important to strive for progression, not perfection.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what we live in. Like at the end of the day, we're not trying to be perfect because none of us will ever be that. But I
Right.
know we can be better every day though. And I think that's
Absolutely.
that's that's the mentality of what
Right.
it is. It's progress, not perfection.
Right.
At the end of the day, I know I can be 1% better every
Right.
day. I may not
Right.
ever reach my 100% self because I'm never going to be perfect. But I know that like as long as I keep improving,
Right.
I'm proud of the tomorrow me. I'm more proud of him than I am of the today me, and the yesterday
Right.
me. And
Right.
um I think that's the beauty of it. It's
Right.
just when you're consistently chasing progress, man, you can never honestly like lose the race
Right.
because it's something that goes on forever. As long as you consistently keep pushing boundaries and I think not avoiding complacency, right? I think that's my biggest fear is complacency. I don't ever want to get to a point where I stop growing because I feel like I'm not trying anymore.
Right.
Right? Like Tanisha said, she said if you reach 100, then you stop. I feel like if I ever reached 100, like probably am limiting myself because like there's so many more things that I could be doing. But I think that's the dopest piece of all of this, man, is the progress that we're pursuing. And I'm excited to see what we accomplish in 2025, having seen what we accomplished this year,
Right.
and then obviously what that looks like every year after that. Like I'm excited, man. I think
Right.
in 5 years, man, life is gonna be grand, man.
Yeah,
Like I
that's
said, I'm
good, bro.
I'm gonna be on I'm gonna be on DG's yacht, y'all. I'm gonna be on DG's yacht. I ain't gonna have a yacht, but I'm gonna be on I'm gonna be on DG's yacht, and I'm gonna have a shirt that says I'm bomb. So I'm gonna, I'm gonna have a shirt
Bro.
that says I'm bomb, and then I'm gonna have some sunglasses that say I'm bomb.
I mean, do
So
you really
y'all
need
know.
a shirt though? Because they can just look at you. They already know you don't need a
Nah,
shirt.
I just got to reiterate it a little
You
bit, man.
gotta double down.
Just in case y'all didn't know. Let me remind you, I'm bomb.
Because I saw, Thor, right? The guy, the strong guy, the world's strongest man, whatever. And he
Yeah,
had a shirt on saying the strongest man. I'm like, bro, I know you the stronger guy. I see you. You a bigger player. I
Like,
don't need
look
a
at you,
shirt.
bro.
Like, look at you. You're like 6'10", like 250 pounds. Like, I don't need a shirt to remind me that you're the strongest man alive. Like, I
yeah.
thought it was hilarious. He had a shirt like the strongest man. Like, bro, look at you, man. I already know you're the strongest dude. You don't need a shirt.
Hmm.
No, man, but like going back to like just auditing yourself, I think it's important, man. I feel like by doing that, you realize areas that you can improve on, right? You're like, okay, I can improve in this area, right? I'm
Hmm.
spending too much time, like, procrastinating. I'm spending too much time like doing this. I'm spending too much time on the phone. And by doing that every week, it just gives you a better way to like prepare for the next week. Because imagine going 2, 3, 4, 5 months without doing that. Like, how are you going to get any feedback? Who's going to give you any feedback? You got to be
Yeah.
able to give yourself feedback because I think the feedbacks are important, especially if, I mean, if you're somebody like us who want to do way more, right? Because some people, I'm sure some people audit themselves, they're like, ah, shit, I'm not going to do anything. Like, cool. But I think if you want progress, if you want growth by doing that weekly, you reflect on the week, you're like, okay, I can be better, in
Yeah.
this area. I can stop doing
Yeah.
these things. That's what I think that's why it's important because they give you the ability to like reset and reflect on your life and make some adjustment if you're trying to like be better going forward.
Hmm.
That's a fact.
Like anything you guys want to add? I know we're getting closer to time.
Yeah, I mean, before we wrap up, man, we always got to do a would you rather. So I think now is the perfect time. We talking about auditing yourself. And I think a big part of auditing yourself is really just knowing yourself,
Right.
right? Knowing
Right.
your
Know that
strengths,
self.
knowing your weaknesses, know thyself, man. Um, but I guess my question is, would you rather improve your current strengths or completely eliminate your weaknesses?
Man, that's a hard one.
It's not hard for me, bro.
Completely.
I'm
Go ahead.
improve my strengths. Improve my strengths. Easy, easy,
Hmm.
bro. I I I came to the realization probably a couple years ago, maybe a couple like that. Every good trait is attached to a bad one, and every bad trait is attached to a good one, in whatever way that is. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like if you're an overthinker, then that means at the same time you're probably like a heavy thinker, and you be mapping shit out. So they just attached. So like if you took away my weaknesses, I think that it would take away some of the things that's connected to it, man. So I'm definitely going with I'm definitely going with improve the strengths.
Man,
Easy.
that's a hard one, bro. Because I like the. At the end of the day, I'm thinking about it from a different way, right? I believe if you eliminate my weaknesses, then my strength is just gonna get better, right? Because now, if you're gonna get it, I mean, you don't have any flaws, any way to attack me. Because now I'm like all those like flaws and now been fixed. So that's kind of how I'm looking at it. But damn, man, whew, damn, damn. I would say yeah, I would say eliminate my weakness. That's
You
what I
gonna
would
limit
say. I'll go with that one.
weakness?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Guess I'm the
Where you at with it,
tiebreaker,
G?
huh?
Yeah, where you at with it, G?
I was like, I guess I'm the tiebreaker, huh? I'm
Nah,
like,
hey, just say what you think. No tiebreaker over here. What you got? Just say what's your
um,
preference?
man, that's a good one. That's a
Yeah,
that's
that's
a
what I'm
that's a really good
saying.
question. It really is.
Yeah,
I think, I think I would say eliminate my weaknesses, and the reason why I say that is because I think I think the things that I'm really good at, my strengths, um, they can be improved for sure. But I think if I eliminated my weaknesses, I think some of my weaknesses are the reason like of are still like a part of like what's holding me back,
right,
from making significant progress.
right,
Now that those things have been identified, I think if I eliminated those, it would help me in the grand scheme of things because I think once you eliminate your weaknesses, I know I would probably find new weaknesses, like
right.
at the end of
That's
the day,
true.
because like I'm just eliminating my current weaknesses.
Right. That's
And I think if I eliminate my current weaknesses, then I can really help be the best version of myself that I need to be right now. But I know that tomorrow, a year from now, 10 years from now, I'm gonna be a whole new person with all new problems, all new
right,
weaknesses,
right,
and probably still the same strengths.
right,
Right? So I think honestly, I would probably say like eliminating my current weaknesses because yeah, I think I think that's not in the sense of like always eliminating all your weaknesses because
right,
I think we're always going to have weaknesses, but eliminating my current ones, I think would allow me to really step into a whole different, you talk about stepping into a whole different version of yourself.
right.
Um, yeah, yeah. Huh?
First and
one thing I
foremost, I
like about this,
gotta say y'all cheating, man. Y'all
no,
trying to say
no,
y'all gonna
hold
cut
on,
out the weaknesses and
no,
improve the
no, hold on,
No,
I'm not
no.
doing that. No,
But
no,
I'm
hold
saying
on,
like,
we
I,
said nah, because if you got nah, hold up. Hey,
no,
hold up.
say this first.
Hold up. We gonna
Let me
cap
say this
you
first.
gotta cap it then. Your strengths can't get better if you going y'all gonna just take both? Nah, I feel like if I take my weaknesses out, then my strengths nah, we not doing that. Y'all not gonna take the
hey
both.
man,
Your
hey
strengths
man,
stay exactly where they are,
Right.
brother. That's where you at. Like that's
hey, but
that's where you at.
I got some really strong strengths, is what I'm saying. But like,
They
I'm just
stay
saying,
exactly where they at too. They
nah,
not getting
man.
no the
That
stronger, no
well, then
stronger, brother.
what's the point of life if you ain't growing, then, man?
Right.
If you
You got no weaknesses though. You know what I'm saying? You just
if you
can't.
ain't
You ain't
grow
no
if
stronger.
you ain't growing, you dying, man. You gonna have new weaknesses tomorrow.
No, but what how you guys answer this question perfectly though, because something like everybody answer is different, which I like. Like Ramon's point was great, right? Because he said at the end of the day, right? Because if you eliminate his weaknesses, then those strengths, because some of his strengths are tied to his weaknesses, and that's not something I thought about. I think that was a great way that how you articulated that, and also Z man, I feel like I don't know. I think either way, either way is good, bro. Like either way is like you're still winning. For me personally, though, I just believe that like for me right now, I think my strength, I'm just looking in the grand scheme of things, right? I feel like once your weaknesses are there,
Hmm.
when people are willing to attack you, they know how to get to you, right?
Yeah,
So they can like be able to like manipulate that and get a reaction out of you. That's kind of like how I was looking at it. But either option, I don't know, man. I feel like either way, whatever you do decide with this question, to me, I think is like it all
yeah,
depends on how you want to do it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And I
and that's
honestly
kind
don't think that I don't think either answer is bad.
right,
yeah. It's not.
right. It's just about what you
It
right,
could be a win-win. You know what I'm
right,
saying? I was looking at it more like if one side has the strength and one side has the weaknesses. If you cut out the weaknesses, then you can't grow your strengths because you
right,
cut out the weaknesses. But if you grow in your strengths, then your weaknesses just stay. And I think about that often too. Like, man, if I cut out one of my weaknesses, might be thinking I overthink. But that's at the same time that's attached to how I
right,
break down projects and
right.
think through certain shit.
That's what I'm
You know what I'm
saying,
saying? So if
right?
I cut that out and that was connected to it, then it's like,
Yeah,
like,
they
so it's kind
bigger
of, that's
issue.
how
And
I was
yeah,
looking at it like that, right? Like,
I
Hmm.
mean, like I said, it's hard. Like I don't know, it's a hard one. Yeah, either one is hard.
Yeah. And Ramon always be trying to get an ultimatum, man. He always
y'all
be
be
trying to
trying
put a
to,
cap on things. He be
nah,
trying
y'all
to
be
put
trying to add shit to the,
he be
y'all try
trying
to
to put
add
some
shit
caps
to
on
one
some shit,
side.
man. I'm like, man, nah,
Cause
man.
y'all be trying to add
Nah,
shit to one side. Y'all take one
nah.
side and then be like, look, I'm gonna cut the weaknesses out, then I'm gonna naturally get strong. Like, nah,
If you eliminate your weaknesses, of course you get stronger. Like just naturally.
nah, you got the same strengths.
Nah,
No strong,
nah,
no
man.
stronger, no stronger,
Why you
man.
out here capping, man? Why you out here capping?
No stronger,
Why you
man.
out here capping? You be capping some shit, man. Why you out here capping, man?
Come on, man,
Just
no cap.
let a brother be let a brother be great, man. Out here
Hey,
That's
but
capping.
that,
since y'all chose that one real quick, that answer to Tanny's question, she said, "What are three weaknesses you would eliminate for
see
y'all two?"
now if I say that now she gonna use that against me. I'm just kidding. Man, that's a good one for me. One of them, man, I feel like sometimes I procrastinate to be honest, because
Yeah.
sometimes I know I should be doing things, but I just take forever to get things done, and
Hmm.
that would be one of them for sure. Procrastination.
Hmm.
What's another one? Damn. Yeah, that's procrastination. And I would say like just sometimes like when people do something that piss me or hurt me, like instead of me just going all in and just telling them how I feel, sometimes I'm a little petty. So
Hmm.
I'm petty sometimes. So I would definitely like I would say that could be a weakness. Sometimes I can be petty instead of just being direct.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Too. Marcus said public speaking.
Petty
What
Pendergrass.
never that's something I worked on though, because I've tried because I could be so petty. That's two for sure. What's the third one?
Teddy Pettygrass.
Come on, man.
Damn.
Um,
Do you want to get started? I'm trying to think about the third one for
yeah,
sure.
man. So definitely procrastination. Procrastination would definitely be one of my weaknesses. That would be out of there because I just identify like that's just my weakness sometimes. I'll be procrastinating. I think we all do, but like
Right.
if I could eliminate that as a weakness, boy, I'm telling you. eliminating procrastination alone would uh 10 times, I think, everything that I'm already doing. I think another one is just planning.
Mm,
I've just never really been the best planner. Like, like I
right,
think even me planning my day, my weeks and stuff like that. But I mean, even like in the sense of like planning with like when it comes to like budgeting and whatnot, like just planning just in general has never been a strength. I've always just naturally been good at
right,
certain things, especially
right,
with like numbers and whatnot. Like when it comes to finances, I've just always managed my finances well, just naturally. But like I've never been the type that like I don't ever really like track things. Everything
right,
kind of just exists in my head,
right.
but
But
I
that
don't
was
ever really
for me
like
for the long.
put things down, right? And so that's why I think planning is just naturally just one of my weaknesses because it's never really been something that I've ever leaned into. So I think eliminating that would be huge. And then I think my third weakness that I probably eliminate would be probably uh patience.
Mm,
I think I can be impatient at times.
right,
I'm an Aries, so I think I'm an Aries through and through. So I think sometimes like my patience just be boy, it'd be wearing thin. So I think having more patience, and I think just having more patience and more empathy, I
right,
think in at certain times, which I think I've identified and I'm working at improving. But I think if I could eliminate those weaknesses, man, I'd be pretty set.
right. No, that's dope.
I'd be pretty
And
set,
also,
man.
I just want to like talk about Marco. Marco, man, you said one of your weaknesses is public speaking. Like, join us next Monday. Join the live. That's one way you can overcome that.
You know he ain't finna do that.
One way you can overcome
I hope
that.
he do though.
you don't get better by at anything by not doing it. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
we always
You know,
terrible. You like me to this day. To this day.
to this day, you know
So,
what I
question
mean?
for you guys though: did y'all have planners in college?
Mm-mm.
Like when you was in college,
Hell
did you have
Hell
nah,
planners?
nah.
hell
Hell
Okay,
nah.
nah, bro.
because
Hell nah,
I
bro.
never, bro. It was crazy. Like I never played. Like I didn't have a planner. Like it's crazy that I remember all my exams, bro, and I went through everything just in my head. Like
That's insane, right?
Yeah.
I got my
The
it's
cra
crazy,
the cra
right?
first planner in 2020, bro.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah,
Yeah, bro.
I never,
I,
I've
I
never.
never used to have a planner. And the crazy thing was I never used to have a phone book too, bro. Before cell phones and I could start storing phones, bro, I used to have like 80 numbers memorized, bro. I'll be thinking back, I'm like,
No, that's
how
the
the hell
thing.
did I do that? I'm
Yeah,
like, yo, how did I do
yeah,
that
Cause
shit?
you
That's
had to.
crazy.
You had to. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. It's crazy. Yeah.
Tanisha said procrastination for sure, anxiety linked with wanting things to happen how I want, inconsistency with things
hmm
I don't like. Yeah, I feel that.
That's a
hmm
good. Yeah, that's a good one.
Inconsistency is tough. Yeah.
Oh, and I think another one, I guess it would kind of go in with patience and kind of just like empathy, but like I just recognize that sometimes I get fixated on being right as opposed to like what's best for everyone, right?
Uh,
Like especially in like an argument, right? Like, I'm arguing to like be right as opposed to arguing to understand and to like to really I guess create a common middle ground,
right.
and so I think that's something that I've recognized as a flaw too that I'm working on.
Oh, for some reason, see, I thought he was gonna quote ASAP Rocky. I love Bat. That's my freaking problem. I was just waiting. I was just waiting for that for some reason. I don't know when you say, "Oh, hold on, I got one more," and I, okay, here we go. There we
One more. Yeah.
go.
Well, yeah, man.
All right.
But nah, man, for real, I appreciate y'all fellas, man. Like, hey,
Likewise, man.
shout out again to DG, man, a Millie for the year, man. Out here,
For
Millie
sure, for
rocking,
sure.
boy, that boy
Come
out
on,
here,
man.
Millie rock.
Come on,
He Millie rock on
man.
any block.
Every block.
Hey, every block,
Hey,
man. So
nah,
shout out to
appreciate y'all,
DG.
bro. Appreciate
Yeah,
y'all, man.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, bro. Keep being great, man. We all gonna keep, being great every day, man. And shit, going into 2025, man. I guess are there any specific goals that y'all have for 2025 before we wrap up?
ah, man, I'm not quite done yet, but I do have a lot, bro. Like, I have fitness goals that I'm trying to accomplish.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would say for me, gain 10 pound of lean muscle in
Mm-hmm.
2025. Yeah, invest a certain amount, So yeah, I'm not quite done yet, but I do have a lot of things that I need to like accomplish in 2025.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for sure.
Yeah. Uh, it's a bunch too. I'm only list a couple of them. Definitely get more into international real estate.
Mm.
Yeah,
Um, I want to go to 3 conferences this year.
yeah.
I, I,
Dope.
I think I want them to be a music conference, um,
Travel,
a travel conference, and then probably like investments
invest,
again.
invest again. Yeah,
That's dope.
And the third one, I want to A&R another musician's project this year too. You know
fire,
what I'm saying?
fire.
I definitely I want to do the whole, and maybe 2 or 3 of those. So
Yeah,
yeah, you want to work on other people's music this year too. So
yeah, fire.
That's dope.
yep. Shuzi?
Uh, yeah, man. I want to reach 223 pounds uh
You got it.
by May 1st, man. So uh but I think when I went through my first weight loss journey, like I go back and I look at pictures, and there was definitely moments where I was like, I was too small. I was like, damn, like when I was 204, man. Y'all know I got a big ass head, man. So like I look like a bobblehead, boy. I look like a bobblehead. I was like, boy, that a whole lot of head and a little body. I was like, nah, man, I can't go back to that. So I'm striving to be better, man. I just want to be like not necessarily. I'm trying to be the pebble, man. I'm trying to be the mini version of the rock, is what I'm
You
saying.
got
I'm
it.
your boy's finna be solid, is what I'm saying. So
This
yeah,
is the year. You got this, bro. You got this.
223 223 is like that perfect like range that I want to be at. So um and I think that's a good weight for me to maintain around that time or around that range as well. So I want to hit that. I definitely uh I want to go to a new country next year. So I'm thinking specifically New Zealand. Yeah, I know I took my mom to Brazil, this year.
Right.
So
Mm-hmm.
I want to take my mom's always wanted to go to New Zealand. So I think I want to take her to New Zealand next year. Around this time next year because their summer is now. So like
Mm.
maybe going out there for like around this time of year next year, I think would be dope for her to experience. So I definitely want to go to a new country. Um, and uh, there was another specific one I had. Oh, I want to launch Sets in the City. That's a
Hell yeah.
anyone who knows, man, Sets in the City is coming 2025, man. It's gonna be a big thing. I got some people who are really invested into it, who are really like believe in it, just as an idea and really just getting the branding around it done and whatnot. But just know, big things are coming, man, especially out here in New York. This being one of the music capitals, meccas of the world.
Right.
Um, I think just launching that space and creating a brand and identity of a party slash festival slash it could really be whatever. It could be a pop-up.
Right.
But I think launching that is going to be one of the big goals of 2025 for sure.
That's fire. Hell yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
man.
yeah. Oh, and another thing, hitting 10,000 subscribers for what you call it for for the Spot Network.
And
Come on, man.
Yeah.
man. Right.
Yeah,
What's up, man?
we gonna shoot for the stars and
Right.
On
for
the
the
next
moon.
meet, I
What?
want to talk to y'all about something
Yeah,
too, because I got
yeah, man. Yeah,
got
Right.
some ideas,
I
man.
yeah,
We're
mean,
gonna talk. We're gonna talk, man.
we talked about it earlier. I would say going into 2025, when we meet weekly, we're gonna talk about individual goals. Because now going forward, we're gonna hold each other
yep,
accountable weekly, right? We're gonna
yep,
do weekly check-ins. So I think that would be a good
yeah,
one. Talk
yep.
about
Mm-hmm.
fitness and all these kind of things. I think that would
Agreed.
definitely be a game changer for
We
sure.
gotta check.
Right.
We gotta do our weekly check-ins,
Yes.
man, per usual.
So that's something we should implement for sure. Like make sure we stay on it in 2025.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2025, man. It's
Yeah.
gonna be an amazing year.
Time to level up.
Yeah, that's it, man. But shout out to y'all, man,
Yep.
because 2024 was a great
Right.
year, and 2025 is even better. And I'm I'm more than grateful and appreciative to have brothers like you in my company and just continue to inspire me. So let's keep this train rolling into 2025, man.
For sure. And Marco, if you're
Come
watching
on,
it,
man.
bro, join us on Monday, man. Join us Monday. Just come online for like 5 minutes. That's all we need. Come on. It's going to be a new year. So start overcoming your fears. Join
Hmm.
us next Monday.
In real time, man.
In real time.
All right,
All right,
fellas.
y'all.
And
Appreciate you
shout out to
guys.
everybody who tapped in. We'll
Out to
see y'all
everybody.
next Monday, man.
Happy
For sure.
In
New Year to everybody that
2025,
popped
Happy
in,
New
man.
Year.
Yeah.
We'll see y'all in the
Yes,
new
sir.
year, man. All
Peace
right, y'all.
out.
Yeah.